After a 2-year investigation, journalist Jake Tapper is out with a new article about a possible case of wrongful conviction. This is not justice. The story of C.J. Rice is a November cover story for The Atlantic. Charles Rice, known as C.J., was convicted as a teenager of attempted murder and sentenced to 30 to 60 years in prison. Tapper's father, Dr. Ted Tapper, was Rice's pediatrician at the time, and he believes that Rice could not physically have even carried out this crime. The father and son will join us very shortly, but first, let's take a look at CJ's case and Tapper's reporting on it.
Welcome back to State of the Union. I'm Jake Tapper. The
CNN anchor Jake Tapper has spent his career covering the world's biggest stories.
So Mississippi is one of the states that has a trigger law.
Now Tapper is taking on a more personal story, one set in his native Philadelphia. It involves a patient of his father's, pediatrician Ted Tapper. This is the case of C.J. Rice, who's been locked up for more than a decade for a crime Dr. Tapper believes he did not commit. In an Atlantic article that came out today, Tapper outlines Rice's case. At 17 years old, back in 2011, Rice was shot while riding his bike in Philadelphia. Rice believes it was a result of mistaken identity. Rice went to Dr. Tapper for follow-up care in September 2011. He had received more than 24 staples, fractured his pelvis, and lost muscle strength. Dr. Tapper says Rice could barely walk and was in a lot of pain. Less than a week later, the teenager was arrested for a shooting in South Philadelphia that injured 4 people, including a 6-year-old girl. Rice and a friend were charged in what police saw as a possible retaliation crime. They were both tried. Rice's friend was acquitted, but he was convicted of attempted murder. According to Tapper's reporting in The Atlantic, there was never any physical evidence connecting Rice to the crime. Eyewitness testimony was questionable at best, and there were serious issues with his legal representation. Dr. Tapper has also raised questions about Rice's physical ability to carry out the shooting and flee the scene while still recovering from his injuries. All of this has caused the Tappers to look into the case, and now they're speaking out.